Good evening and welcome to Music Alive TV channel, where we invite artists and novelists and filmmakers to talk about their latest projects. Tonight we have with us, with great pleasure, Eleanor Graham, who has written a new book on the electro-pop conventions, electro-pop genre conventions, I should get it right. Can you tell us a little bit about your book, Eleanor?
Yes, okay, so basically a summary of the book is it's about electro-pop genre conventions within music videos, websites, albums and general visual style and design. And throughout the book I mention theorists who have theories about general music video conventions, and also I bring in existing examples to apply these conventions to.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically a summary of what the book's about.
Okay, could you give then some examples of conventions of music videos within the electro-pop genre?
Okay, so for music videos, one convention you see commonly is basically colour correction use and also colourful lighting, so use of colour gels on lighting, and it creates like a red effect or pink or purple, just basically colourful lighting. It's a very playful element to it, and it's got quite a ethereal feel to the whole thing. And basically another convention that you'll see is multiple costume changes from the artist who's in the video. Another common convention would be basically use of special effects. So for example layering and colour correction is a special effect basically, and just lots of cool special effects. And then also another one would be extravagant costumes and makeup. So for example like pink hair, piercings, tattoos and colourful costumes, really strange costumes. And also there's, you can bring in some theorists into this who are post-feminists. And so you see a lot of females in the electro-pop genre who show off their body quite a lot and wear costumes which obviously are quite revealing, but they're taking a post-feminist stance to it.
Okay. So I'm sure our audience would like to hear about for you to name some of the artists who are in the electro-pop genre.
Okay, so there are many electro-pop artists. Mainly, the electro-pop artists are mainly female, I would say. So there is, for example, Astra S, Mo, who's Danish, Julie Bergen, Lady Gaga, I would say Charlie XCX, Mabel, Halsey, and let me just think of another one. I would say one male artist who I know is electro-pop artist.
Could you not give one example of a male?
So one example I would say would be Owl City. It's quite got a pop element to his songs. It's definitely very electronic, his music is. So yeah.
Okay. And could you apply these conventions into existing examples of music videos?
Okay, so for example, in Halsey's video for Ghost, there is frequent use of colour correction and colourful lighting. So you see Halsey in it, and also the extravagant costumes, as I mentioned, and extravagant makeup. Halsey wears a wig, and the other character in the video also wears a wig. And it's like a short bob wig, which is pink. And also there's a blue wig as well. And just lots of colourful costumes within that video. For example, choker, a pink cotton jumper, basically eyeliner, blue hair, just everything like that. So that's a really good example to mention for electro-pop genre conventions. And then another example I could mention would be, I would say Mabel's bedroom video. So again, there's a lot of colour correction within that video, mainly purple lighting within the studio space. And again, extravagant costumes like a pink fur coat and like a bralette. And as I said, with the postmodern theorist stance element, basically she's wearing a bralette in the video, which is quite revealing. And basically, so that's common to see female artists being empowered in videos from what they're wearing. Okay.
All right, so would you say then that the electro-pop genre conventions are the same as in any other kind of media format?
Yeah, so for websites, basically to create a sense of branding for electro-pop genre, in the website there would be, the colour scheme would be quite similar to the music video, for example. So for example, if one music video had lots of colour correction of pink, the music video would have the same kind of feel to it, so have pink colours going on. And also the album, if they have just released a latest album or EP, basically if that album design has got like pinks and just lots of colours and everything, those colours will be reflected within the website. This is not always common, but it's quite common to see the latest album be reflected within the website and in the music video. So yeah, I think that they can be spread across many media formats. So to create a sense of branding.
Okay. And so moving on then to a question about audiences. What audiences does electro-pop genre attract?
So I would mainly say that the electro audience would be females aged 15 to 24, but it can also attract tweens aged 11 to 14, so young teenagers. And I'm not really sure about males, it attracting males, but there would be a secondary audience for males aged 15 to 24 as well.
So the dominant audience is female.
Yeah.
Okay. So aside then from the electro-pop genre music video conventions, would you say will there always be general music video conventions and general website conventions?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that the music video conventions will always be there. So for example, music video conventions could be lip-syncing performance within the music video. That is always very commonly there. And also a narrative within the music video. You can either get music videos which have narrative only, have performance only, or have a mix of both. And also another general convention would be just multiple costume changes, as I mentioned before, multiple locations used, also maybe diegetic intro, which is where you have, before the song actually starts playing, you have an actual intro like a film. So music videos are becoming more like films nowadays. And just things like that, they will always be there, no matter what genre it is. So including the electropop genre, they will always be there. Yeah. And then I'm just going to bring in one theorist who states a lot about conventions of music videos. So he's called Andrew Goodwin. He says there's 6 features of common conventions of music videos. The first would be genre signifiers. As I said, electropop genre signifiers. There's a lot of them within video. So yeah. And then the second convention he mentions is a link between the lyrics and the music. So actually it's a link between the visuals and the lyrics. So when certain lyrics are saying something, it may be reflected visually. So yeah. And then another convention that he says is intertextual references. Some music videos have intertextual references to other media formats, for example TV shows or films. I can bring an example that does that actually, Black Bear's Do Re Mi. It's got an intertextual reference to Sound of Music. And then another one of the common conventions that he says is notion of looking. So mirrors within mirrors, or TV screens within TV screens, and also voyeuristic treatment of the female body. So Laura Mulvey's male gaze theory. So women can mainly be exploited within these videos by having shots of their body parts, which objectifies them. The camera's basically putting themselves in the view of a male spectator. And then another one of the common conventions that he says is basically that there may be a relationship between the music and the visuals. So, for example, the editing pace of the beat. So the music will have certain beats, and then the visuals reflect that. So the editing pace reflects the beat of the song. So yeah, it cuts whenever the beat cuts, basically, whenever the beat changes. So yeah, that's one theorist who's very important who I really talked about within my book.
Okay. Thank you very much, Eleanor. There's certainly a lot of interesting material there, and you've given us a lot to think about. So if you would like to buy Eleanor Graham's book on electropop genre conventions, it's available at Dillon's bookstores for $18.99. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.